to
Welcome to the 2026 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Basketball Championships from the pit in Albuquerque. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball from Noalmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Lady Eagle Playoff Basketball brought to you today by the Lee County State Bank, Bel Air Bowl, Thriftway and La Tienda Grocery Store, Eunice Pump and Supply, Forest Tire Company, Hobbs Express, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, Master Plumbers, NMR Pipeline, and LECO. Hobbs Basketball also brought to you by SunGuard Precision, TDS Telecom, DNC Electric, The Coffee House, R360. As we are live here this afternoon, Game 3 of our triple header today. And just a quick note, Ty, I fibbed to you just a little bit, unless I hit the wrong buttons. Nope, I did not. So it'll be 4 and 5 only here in just a minute. So just a little behind-the-scenes work. So the number 1 Hobbs Lady Eagles taking on the number 9 La Cueva Lady Bears. We just saw a number 1, number 9 matchup, and it didn't go too good for the number 9.
Yeah, Kirtland Central, the number 1 ranked team, winning pretty big, Mercy Rule fashion here at the pit. So fortunately, that's our first loss of Lee County teams in the mix. We still have Tatum winning earlier today. Of course, Hobbs right here, Jow later tonight. And tomorrow we got the Hobbs boys. So still some Lee County representatives. Good season for Coach Bridgeforth and Lovington Lady Cats. Wish them well as they put on a valiant effort. Unfortunately, just had to get that big draw here at the quarterfinals.
Yeah, sometimes that's what happens. So it is what it is, as they say, and it'll be what it is for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And I'm sure maybe just a little bit of a smile because they will not have to play Sandia in this tournament. They got knocked off earlier by Albuquerque High 38-22. So there will be a new girls 5A champ this year, and we hope it's the team in black and gold.
And kind of ironically, Hobbs lost to Sandia regular season this year, but also beat Albuquerque High at the APS Metro tournament. So that's a little ironic twist. And of course, Sandia won the championship last year over Hobbs. So a lot of different variables on that. It doesn't matter now. They got to play who they got on the court, which is La Cueva. Hobbs getting here with the last week win, 59-19. Piedra Vista, so big win, 40-point Mercy Rule win in that one. A lot of girls getting in double figures. Zoe Ross, 14, 10 for Zepeda, 10 for Muniz. So all those girls stepping up big in that one. Only 10 turnovers in that game, but more importantly, they caused 42 for Piedra Vista. That's kind of what the problem Lovington had in their game earlier. Once those nerves work it to you a little bit too much, it's kind of hard to get back on track. So if Hobbs is going to apply that real hard perimeter defense that we saw last week against Piedra Vista and throughout the season, that might be some problems for La Cueva, a team that they have beat earlier this year.
Well, it is, and you mentioned, beat them earlier this year at the Metro tournament back on January the 7th, 67-35, so didn't have too much trouble with them at all. But of course, that was a long time ago, and a lot of things can happen between then and now. But you mentioned, Hobbs forcing the turnovers. They are a turnover-creating machine. They really, I think they've probably had more turnovers forced against the other team than the other teams a lot of times have had possessions. I mean, it's just been that big a dominant defensive work and look for Hobbs.
In fact, against that La Cueva squad, they caused 25 Bear turnovers in that victory. One girl did step up pretty well, and she's one of their top scorers, Jordan Dyer, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 trays, and was 6 of 7 from the free throw line. So she's definitely a girl that's going to get some fouls against you if she can. Going to shoot from the outside as well. She's their big-time scorer. They got to watch out for her. Other than that, though, nobody else in double figures. Paz Romero had 6, Andy Bingham was 6, and that's pretty much it for the scoring in that ball game. And again, the 25 turnovers cost them. Free throw shooting was pretty good for La Cueva. They were 78% from the line. Kaysen Muniz hit 5 trays in that game with the win over La Cueva. 20 points in the contest. Madison Zepeda with 10, 2 trays herself. Corelli also got some points. Rivera with 10 points, 2 trays, and the team was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. So they didn't get a lot of free throw opportunities, and kind of not a big-time offensive production there for Zoe Ross. She finished with 7, but still, when you have everybody else chipping in, it doesn't really matter. Hobbs had 10 3-point shots converted against La Cueva.
And that is important. This is a team that will take a lot of threes. Of course, we always say, live by the 3, die by the 3. Hobbs is a little bit that way, but they can and they will. They will go to the rack. They will go through the lanes. They will go ahead and take the non-3-point game, and really that's the difference, and they are deep. You mentioned that. They may not be as individually talented as maybe they were the last 2 or 3 years, but this is a scrappy team, a deep team, and they're a team that plays exactly that, as a team.
Yeah, last 2 years they can shoot the ball really well. Right now they are tied for 8th all-time for team three-pointers with 202. Last year they actually had the best numbers ever, 258 trays, and that's with all the games included. So they're still on track to get there. I mean, I guess it's pretty tough. 56 left to get here in the quarters, semis, and hopefully the championship game. But that is doable. Hobbs is averaging about 7 trays a ball game. Find another team that can get that many the way the Hobbs Eagles do, and that's why they've been a #1 seed at these tournaments for so many years.
Well, they have 1 or 2, I think, every year since Joey Carpenter got there 8 years ago, either the 1 or the 2, and so an impressive run continues for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Talking about the three-point shooters, Caitlin Muniz, the single-season three-point record now for Hobbs, so a chance to continue to extend on that. The question is, can you be the team that goes ahead and moves through and fulfills the prophecy, if you will?
You got to get also those girls out there that are not the glory types. We're talking about Armitage for one example of that. Currently, she's 8th on the career assists list, 7th on the career steals list, and 8th on the career rebounds list for the whole history of the Hobbs Lady Eagles program.
And that's very impressive considering she's also one of the smallest players on the court usually, but she is fearless and she does not mind crashing anything, anywhere. And as the assists show, she's also selfless. If she sees somebody who has a better shot and a better opportunity, she doesn't mind throwing it to them.
And the good thing about her is she hasn't been a starter, all year or anything like that. She can come off the bench in a 6-man role and take care of business, kind of watch the action before you get out there and do your damage. But, yeah, both sides of the court, offense, defense. I've seen her dive after balls before, get up and lay it in at the other end. And where's the other team at? I don't know, but she takes off hard. She has been out a few games because of the injury, but she comes back and battles, and I think she'd probably have some black and blue marks for the season, but definitely one of those go-getter types. You got the scores. We've already talked a little bit about that. Muniz and some other people that can shoot from the outside, but you got to have those bangers like that. And another thing we should mention, too, Coach Joey Carpenter, currently 2nd on the all-time career win list in New Mexico, 561 wins to his name. That's with Roswell and Hobbs combined. Since 2000 is when he started his varsity coaching career. He is behind George Maya from Mayfield, about 58 wins behind him, so it's not going to be made up this season, but Carpenter comes in year after year, those 20-plus wins, and, boy, he makes his little campground here at the pit.
He does. I'm not sure there's a team that has played more at the pit here in the last decade than these Hobbs Lady Eagles. It's kind of like home away from home, and the winning percentage in here is pretty darn good when you get right down to it. There's a lot of times they've played in that championship game, and I'm trying to remember the last time they got knocked out in the quarters. I'm not sure it's been since Coach Carpenter got here.
Yeah, there've been some comeback games. Remember one time they played Carlsbad. They had a big interception at half court and a layup at the buzzer to beat Carlsbad, and they were just waiting to pick the Eagles off in that one. The thing about these teams here today, Hobbs and La Cueva, of course, La Cueva lives in Albuquerque, so they got a lot of opportunities to play all these 5A teams, the majority of them here up in the Duke City area or Rio Rancho, too. But the Lady Eagles have to travel to do that. APS Metro, they were the champions of that, but they play all kinds of teams at those. I mean, you take a look at their wins against Sandia. They've been ranked up near the top 5 much of the season. They beat number 11 Mayfield this year. Los Lunas, who's ranked 6. Farmington, who's the last number 1 on the Max Preps Bowl. They split with them this season. They beat La Cueva, we mentioned earlier. Kirtland Central, who just beat Lovington, the number 1 4A team. They picked them off. They beat Albuquerque High, who beat Sandia tonight. So they won that at the APS Metro. Las Cruces ranked 10th. Again, Piedra Vista, who they won last week, 16th. But all these 5A teams and a lot of road trips for Hobbs to get ready for the tournament.
Yeah, nobody's going to put more miles on the bus than the Hobbs Eagles and Lady Eagles for sure. You mentioned, Hobbs having to do that traveling, though, to play 5A teams and to play the tougher opponents, which is part of the reason why they come to the APS Metro. But just watching them all season long, really with very few exceptions, they haven't really been pushed.
That's true. I mean, the games, some of the slow starts we've been seeing, even against Piedra Vista last week, we saw a little bit of a kind of a slowdown in that first quarter. But once the defense gets the jitters out and they get up the court, get the transition going and the shot to drop, that is when things are starting to work better for their squad. Now, La Cueva, on the other hand, currently sitting 18-10 overall, 8-2 in district. They had some good wins under their belt, but they've lost to some teams that the Eagles have beat, including Kirtland Central. They got beat by 11 points. Hobbs picked off Kirtland Central. They also lost to Albuquerque High by a point. The Hobbs 8 Eagles beat Albuquerque High in the APS Metro Tournament Championship, too. Sandia lost to them by 27. That was in their district. Sandia, of course, just got picked off a few minutes ago here, but so Sandia beat them twice, actually, another game by 6. So Hobbs, I think, the better resume. That's why they're up so far up. Max Press put Farmington at number 1, the last poll that they put out.
Yeah, I think that's probably because of that strength of schedule thing that they work into there. There's the coaches poll has had Hobbs pretty much at number 1 all season long, and I think we talked about this in the 4A game earlier. Coming in earlier, there were some media folks from up northern New Mexico saying, "Well, I don't even know why we're playing this one. Just let it go ahead and be." Gallup and Kirtland Central, and I think there's some of that feeling in the 5A ranks too, and Hobbs has to be aware of that. There's already people saying, well, it's just going to be Hobbs and Farmington. Why bother? So La Cueva may be the team that tries to be Cinderella here.
Yeah, of course, and again, Hobbs beat them once, so you want to get the revenge factor going for the La Cueva Bears. It's kind of ironic. Hobbs boys will play La Cueva tomorrow for their quarterfinal game too, so it'll be nice to see a 2-0 record as this gets underway here tonight and then tomorrow, of course.
Our hotel is much too close to La Cueva, so I hope we knock them off, and I hope they don't find out where we're staying. We'll just leave it at that. So as the teams come off the court, we get ready for the national anthem and the introduction. We will go ahead and take a timeout, come back, and give you the starting lineups and the tip-off. Hobbs Lady Eagle playoff basketball from the pit in Albuquerque from Noalmark Broadcasting.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bell. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner and Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores. For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning.
At nmjc.edu.
Back here at the pit in Albuquerque, getting ready for the start of this 5A quarterfinal matchup between the Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Lady Bears of La Cueva. La Cueva, the number 9 seed, 18-10 on the year under head coach Marissa Coogan. They are in the navy blue unis with the white letters and numbers. On the other side of the court, the Hobbs Lady Eagles under head coach Joey Carpenter, 26-2 on the year, the number 1 seed into the tournament. I'm TJ Miracle, and as we get ready to tip this one off, here's the voice of the Eagles, Ty Friend.
Cueva High School starting lineup, Paz Romero, one of their guards. She's averaging 7.8 points a game, third on the team in rebounds at 4.1. Pate Lobato, who's averaging 10.4 a game, shooting 32% from Trey and has 55 three-pointers this season to lead the team. Also starter number 3, Andy Bigham, as Bigham comes into this contest. Not one of their top scorers at this point, but does have 4.1 a ball game. Sienna Tosinski, another starter for them at 6.4 a contest, second with rebounds at 4.5 a game. And last but not least, their top scorer, Jordan Dyer. She's averaging 21 points a game, has 39 three-pointers and shooting 37% from three-point range. First in rebounds at 6.8 a game and first in steals at 2.6. This La Cueva team is averaging 16 turnovers a game, 11 steals on defense, shooting 33% from three-point range, 40% from the field, and close to 70% from the free throw stripe. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles, number 4, Madison Zepeda, the senior guard. Of course, Zepeda averaging 12.3 a game and has also hit 49 three-pointers, second on the team for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Also the starter, Eliana Armitage. We talked about her and her defensive prowess and the fact that she can assist with the ball as well. The senior guard comes in with a 7.1 average so far this season and 4.6 rebounds, currently first on the team when it comes to the glass. And she's not the tallest out there, as you mentioned earlier, TJ. Also, Zaylee Hardison, the forward junior, as Hardison comes in, some good size for the Lady Eagles. She is averaging 1.7 points a game, but more importantly, her 3.7 rebounds and has the height that they need underneath in this one. Zoe Ross, currently the leading scorer, 14.7 points a game. She has 36 three-pointers. That's third on the team, shooting 34% from trey range and getting 3.5 rebounds. And last but not least, Kayslyn Muniz leads the team with three-pointers with 81, shooting 33% from distance and 11.8 points a game. There's just so many different pieces of this offensive puzzle, and some people like Armitage that can do both things for you, offense and defense.
And that's one thing that the Hobbs Lady Eagles this edition has done very well. They are not just a one-dimensional team. Sometimes it's the defense that gets the offense going. Sometimes it is the other way around. However it looks, though, get the jitters out now, and let's go ahead and take La Cueva out of here and get ready for Thursday against Albuquerque High. But La Cueva does not want that to happen.
Both teams are shooting 40%. Hobbs 30% from three-point range, 65% on the line, and averaging 12.4 turnovers a game, about 4 less than La Cueva. Of course, the Lady Eagles have a 1-0 series lead this season. They beat La Cueva at the APS Metro. As we get ready for the jump, the Lady Eagles are going to show Zaylee Hardison in the white uniform, black numbers. It's a kind of a draw there, but coming down with the ball, the jumper for La Cueva, which is a violation. Jordan Dyer, you got to tip and let it go to a teammate.
Yeah, and Dyer,
that should be a re-jump.
That should be, and so it will be a re-jump. Actually, Dyer pushed off, so I'm a little surprised it's not a foul.
A foul on a jump. I've never seen that called before. It is going to be La Cueva's tip into the front court as they do a redo. And in the hands of Bingham, top of the circle. Sends it to the far right to Pate Lobato. She'll back it out. The point guard at the time stripe near the Lobo logo. Unloads to the right wing to Dyer, their top scorer. Crossover move. Goes to the rack, high off the glass, and scores. She went on 2 defenders that time and took it home. They lead early, 2-0.
Hobbs gave her just a little room, and she found it and went in.
Madison Zepeda coming across the timeline. Slides over to left circle, gives it off to Muniz. Fires a 3 already, and she's on the boards quickly. That's why she's a single-season leader on the trays.
She got the open look. She made a little space with Romero bearing down on her and just cool as a cucumber drained it.
And a pick at half court by guess who? Armitage. Reverse slamp against Dyer and scores off the right side. Reverse. Armitage with her first bucket. First Bear turnover. And man-to-man full court pressure for Coach Carpenter and his crew. Getting through pretty easily, though, on the dribble. Firing it ahead is Lobato. To the left baseline, a spin move by Tazinski. Throws it up, rolls off the rim. Pulled down underneath the hoop, hard by Zoe Ross. She'll come into the front court, driving hard right side of the lane. Backdoor cut pass to Muniz. Or correction, that was Hardison missed the shot. We got a crash. Two players hitting the floor. Ross might have hit her head on the hardwood, or maybe that other player that she was going head and toe with to the free throw.
Bingham and Ross went melon to melon as they hit the hardwood. Bingham pops up, Ross up, kind of shaking the head a little bit, so she's going to check out. They're going to check her out on the sideline.
And they called a foul on her.
Wow. That's literally insult to injury.
That's a tie, whatever you got. Both girls look like they just crashed head-to-head. Don't like to see it, but that's a foul on Ross. Inbound to the backcourt to Dyer. Crossover move against Armitage. Like that matchup. Unloads to Lobato, and she'll back it out far right. Cross-court left to the pass to Romero. Picked up on D by Zepeda. Zepeda stand right with her. Goes to her left dribble. Left block. Goes to the hoop. Throws it up high. They got a whistle on the drive. I don't know if they're going to call us a shooting foul now. Look like the ref pointing at the baseline. They might just call it on the floor.
Well, they're going to call it the shooter. They're going to attack Zepeda for her first personal. Second team foul on Hobbs, and so Romero at the line.
Team shooting 69% on the season. Romero herself at 62, a little bit less than her team gets, and swishes it through.
And Zoe Ross down at the end of the bench. They're going ahead and they're putting her through the protocols after you have to do now with anything that involves the head.
5-3, now make it 5-4. Both free throws nailed by Romero. And we got a 1-point lead. 6:25 left here in the first. Ball comes into the front court, caught by Corelli Rivera. She spins with the right elbow, kick out to the right corner to Zepeda. Drives baseline, flicks it back behind her. Rivera gonna fire a three, hits the back of the rim and over to the left backboard. Bad angle on that ball as it just had a magnetic look toward the back of the rim that time, and it will go out of bounds.
Bounced straight up, and then I guess the air conditioning came on and it went back, and so they've determined that Ross is fine, so she's heading onto the floor. She'll take over for Armitage, who will take a breather with 6:15 to go in the first.
Of course, her dad will be coaching tomorrow, Ronald Ross with the boys. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The inbound to Romero. She'll take on Zepeda, who just backs up and goes into the half-court defense. Now Ross will pick her up, dribbles to the top of the arc, fumbling it, able to underhand it back, and then a pass over to the right side. Jab step for Dyer. Dump it down low, and Dyer's going to go up high with it. Off the right side of the rim and puts it through. Her second bucket. It's now 6-5 La Cueva. Quickly in the front court. Ross driving right baseline. Tosses it over to the left corner. With the dribble now is Rivera. Spin move on the baseline, backs it out on the arc. Returns it back deep to Muniz, top of the circle. Send it right wing to Zepeda. Tough pressure being applied by Lobato. Kick it down to the left wing and back it out is Muniz. Thought about a three, drives the free throw line behind her back, top of the arc now. Backs out, hand off to Ross. Ross at the top of the circle. Crossover move, spins, getting a piece of it was Dyer, recovers. Pass to the left wing, three on the way, off the back of the rim for Rivera. Underneath the hoop for the rebound for the Bears is Peyton Lobato.
Good patience by the Lady Eagles, but not able to convert, and then a tic-tac going to be called on Zepeda.
Yeah, Zepeda was challenging her up that time and got the benefit of the doubt if the official gets the call. And boy, already 3 fouls on the Lady Eagles.
As Katie Godwin will come in, Zepeda comes out. Also, Zaylee Hardison out as Eliana Armitage back in too.
Everybody's going to pick up a man here as the inbound deep in the backcourt to Lobato and the Bears. Crossover move, throws a high one, but it's rejected at half court. Ross got a piece of it right back, though, to Lobato. Lost it again, diving on the court to try to knock it away was Rivera. Picked up by Ross, bounce pass back door, and Armitage gets knocked down. It looked like she might have got run into by a Bear. Couldn't get the handle on the basketball, and it goes out of bounds. A turnover for the Lady Eagles, just their first.
So Hobbs trailing 6-5, 5:02 to go. Just trying to get some of the early game jitters out, I'm thinking.
Inbound in the lane, and a hard throw for Romero up court. Caught on the far right side for Dyer. Returns back deep to Romero across the timeline. Jumping forward and bringing it down, Lobato. She'll hold it near the Lobo in the middle of the court. Takes a few dribbles around the right circle, slowing it down just a bit. Unloads to Tazinski. Dumps it back right corner to Lobato. Fires a three out the back of the rim. Rebound left block for Bingham. Fires it back left wing, faking a three. Romero drives the lane. It's ripped out of her hand and pulled away by Katie Godwin. That will be a turn for La Cueva, their second. Goes in across the timeline to Rivera on the right wing. Drives the baseline, gets bumped out. Tried to scoop pass it back to Godwin on the right block. They're going to say she got fouled.
And they are going to whistle that one up on Bingham. Good job by Godwin to go in. She is the really kind of the muscle underneath for Hobbs a lot of times and just muscled through and has done a good job so far.
liberal subbing pattern for Coach Carpenter, bringing back Madison Zepeda. A lot of people going in and out here early. Inbound to Ross on the right wing, goes to the free throw line. Runner shot, little short of the rim and goes out of bounds. Mike got a little hip action there on the defender that was going with her right to left in the lane. That was Romero, but ball goes to the baseline. Clock stop, 4:24 left. Opening quarter of this quarterfinal action at the pit. Hobbs trailing La Cueva 6-5. Couple of passes to the timeline. Bingham will bring it across for the Bears. Being trailed quickly by Rivera. Back to the time stripe in the front court. Crossover move now with the dribble is Lobato to the right wing. Flicks it over to the right corner to Romero. Dumps it right back to Lobato right corner. Fires to the free throw line to Dyer. Kick out left wing for Bingham's three off the side of the iron. They can't get him to drop. Long rebound for Ross on the far left sideline. She'll bring it into the front court, slowing it down, looking for some help. Fires it to the middle of the lane. A layup on the left side. Reverse for Zepeda. Off the glass, score it, and the foul.
Zepeda saw the lane. She took it. Ross found her, saw her going through, and gets the bucket and the foul. Gives Hobbs the lead, and they will whistle that one on Romero.
Romero's first. That'll be the second team foul. 2 rebounds for Ross. I also threaded the needle down there to Zepeda for her first bucket. And there goes Coach Carpenter again. Another sub on the court. That's Mariah Mojica seeing her first action. Coming in for Rivera. Lady Eagles, in terms of the free throw game this season, at 65%. As Zepeda steps up, she is shooting 77 herself and nails the free throw. So Lady Eagles now lead by 2. Zepeda with 3 points. They trap pressure, 2-2-1, and breaking through it with the dribble is Dyer. Kicks it down to the right block. A lot of spin move there for Ramos. Bounce pass in the baseline. A hard shot down there, and it goes out of bounds. And get in the pass lane to get a hand on it was Zepeda right underneath the basket to make sure that was going to be laid in.
Good job as she came around the baseline and around Lobato to get in that lane and disrupt the pass.
3:41 left first quarter. Hobbs up 8-6 over La Cueva. Inbound left corner to Lobato. Tries to dump it down low. Was intending for Dyer, but taken away by Armitage. Turnover number 3 for the Bears. Up ahead to Zepeda. Bounce pass to the right corner. Step back. Ross thought about a 3, decided against it smartly for her. Up top to Mojica. And a pass over to left wing. Sails out of bounds. Zepeda tried to save it, but couldn't get a grip on it. Just didn't have the communication on that pass.
Just a little bit of an oopsie right there. And you mentioned, Ross smartly not taking the 3. She was smart enough to see that Tazinski was bearing down on her, and she wasn't going to have the good shot and the good angle, and so move it around, reset. Smart play, unfortunately, turns out in a turnover.
Casey Muniz returns, the only one to hit a 3 so far for either team. And a block on the pass coming up court far right in the backcourt. Ross gets a big mitt on the intended throw for Peyton Lobato, goes out of bounds. So they still got 10 seconds to work with to break it across half court. 3:19 left opening quarter, still 8-6 Hobbs in this quarterfinal. Crossover move off the inbound to Dyer. Weaving through traffic up the far right side. Continues down the lane. Throws it backdoor left block to Rzazinski. Too hot to handle. Fumbles it again. Hobbs got the last touch. And there's a magnetic defense there by Zepeda. Always getting her hand on the basketball.
She was. Muniz was right there with her that time too. And she thought that maybe it had gone off Lobato, but the man in stripes didn't see it.
Lobato inbounds left block, and fumbling around with her feet was Bingham. Picks up a travel. And that'll be the 4th turnover for La Cueva. And I think now Coach Kogan wants to get her offense settled down, calls a timeout.
She does. It'll just be a 30, so we'll be back. Hobbs 8, La Cueva 6, says Lady Eagle playoff basketball. Back in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
Back here at the pit in Albuquerque out of the La Cueva timeout. They wanted a 30, but they gave them a 60 instead. So we are back to the action. Hobbs leading 8-6, 5A quarterfinals. I'm TJ Miracle, and with the call, Ty Friend.
Hobbs Lady Eagles come in 26-2 on the season, 6-0 in district. La Cueva at 18-10, 8-2 in their Central New Mexico district. Hobbs basketball into the front court off the dribble. Zepeda hands off to Ross, right wing, up top to Armitage. Back to Ross in the right corner. Thought about a three. Instead passes up top. Armitage to Zepeda for the three off the back of the rim. Rebound Armitage, middle of the paint. Fadeaway jumper. And it comes out the left iron. Pulled down by LaCueva in transition by Dyer. Her first rebound. Sends it ahead to a breaking Bingham. Back to the Dyer on the give and go. Her jumper off the back of the rim. And a rebound on the right block pulled down by Bingham. Pass back to the free throw line to Dyer, and she gets converged on. Ross was on one end of her. It looked like also Godwin was in the area.
And they are going to get Ross, so they're going to tag her for her second personal. That'll be the fourth team foul on Hobbs, so Rivera going to have to come in as the 8th grader heads to the bench.
Ross had a little bit of a slow start against Piedra Vista, but did manage with 10 points last week, and foul trouble might hurt her a little bit here at the pit. Inbound to the left corner to Dyer. Sends it back up the left side to Bingham. Back to the left corner to Lobato for three, and she puts it through. First tray of the game for LaCueva. Both teams with one tray apiece. And LaCueva back up by one, 9-8. Here come the Lady Eagles. Armitage in the front court. Passes over to the right wing to Rivera. Jab step, and she takes on the defensive Bingham to the free throw line. Over to Armitage left corner. Hard dribble middle of the paint. Reverse left to right with a scoop off the back of the iron. Chased down the left block by Rivera. Kicks it back left corner to Zepeda. Returns it to the baseline. It gets knocked off the arm of Rivera. She tried to save it. I think a piece of the blue got on that too, so it will be Hobbs' ball.
Wound up coming off the noggin of Bingham on the baseline. So Hobbs getting a little bit of a break. Their basketball on the offensive end.
Cueva's up 9-8 with 2:05 left first quarter. Inbound comes to deep left wing to Muniz. He'll fire up a WNBA three. It swishes the net. Second of the game for Kason Muniz.
If she heats up, watch out because nobody can contain Hobbs if that happens.
Almost a steal on the inbound right in front of here in the media table near left sideline. Getting a hand on the basketball was Kason Muniz after she made the trade. Love to see players play some D after they make a big shot. Going to be LaCueva basketball, 1:55 left in the first, a 2-point Eagle lead. Inbound to the backcourt to Lobato. She's going to go one-on-one against Rivera through the timeline. To the far right, backs out for a second, having some pressure problem there. Unloads to Dyer, she'll drive left to the lane. Kicks it left corner, open for a tray is Trzynski off the back of the rim. Rebound at the free throw line by Dyer, her second, fires a J and splits the nets. Nobody getting a hand on her face, that's her third bucket. 1:33 left in the quarter, tied up at 11. Coming to the other end on the right wing is Zepeda. Drives baseline, gets bumped out, no call. Able to unload the ball, though, to the right wing to Muniz. Up top to Armitage, crossover, kick it left wing to Rivera. Coach Carpenter calling for the motion play. Rivera's going to hold the ball to move the D a little bit. Gives it back over to Zepeda on the left wing. Drives the lane. She throws up a reverse hook shot on the right side of the rim. No good. Rebound underneath by Godwin. Kicks left for three from Muniz out the back of the rim. A save right to the LaCueva bench. And Rivera looked like a bowling ball taking out about three players sitting on that blue bench. Unfortunately, couldn't get a grasp on the basketball.
But good hustle coming across there as she was running with Lobato. And Lobato may have bumped her just a little bit trying to get to it.
1 minute left in the opening quarter. We're knotted at 11. Hard dribble now for Lobato in the front court. Unloads to the right wing to Romero. Three on the way. Off the rim. No good. And we got bodies hitting the floor. Looked like Muniz got knocked flat. And they're going to think they got a LaCueva kid with a steamroller out there.
Yeah, as Trzynski, they call the push. It was more like a tackle. Maybe she's going to go out for the football team next year, but that'll be her first personal. Just the third team foul on LaCueva. So Hobbs gives the basketball back.
About 50 seconds and ticking here in the first, tied at 11. Pass over to left wing of the front court to Rivera. She'll drive the lane, backs into her defender, throws a hook shot off the left glass, bounces off, no good. Chases her own rebound down in the right corner, her second. Give it back right wing, and a shot taken for three by Zepeda off the back of the iron. Pulled down at the free throw line for LaCueva by Bingham. Sends it ahead to the near sideline to Lobato. Dump it in the left block to Trzynski. Spins at the free throw line off the dribble. Her pass deflected by Godwin. Picked up on the right wing by Dyer for three and left open again. You can't let her do that. She's got 9 on the first tray of the game for her. 14-11 LaCueva. 14 seconds left in the opener. Into the front court. Zepeda on the right wing, sizing up the D of Lobato. Hand off behind her right side to Muniz. She's going to back into her defender to come back up top. Throws it back to the timeline to Rivera. Down to 2 seconds. 1. Passes Zepeda. 3 shot at the buzzer and gets blocked. 2 hands straight up in the air by Romero to block that shot dangerously for LaCueva. Could have been called a foul.
Certainly could have been, but we have played a quarter and Hobbs trails this quarterfinal game 14-11. We'll be back. Lady Eagle playoff basketball continues in a moment.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
SunGuard Precision is all about your truck and your home and making both look and feel amazing. SunGuard uses Lumar Window Tint, the top name in the game. For your truck, that means a cooler cap, UV protection, and a sleek custom look that turns heads. For your home, it's all about comfort blocking heat, reducing glare, and adding privacy without losing your view. SunGuard Precision brings style, protection, and performance on the road and at home. Call or look up SunGuard Precision in names and numbers. SunGuard Precision, your tinting pros.
Welcome back to the pit in Albuquerque. 14-11 La Cueva leads by 3 as we get ready for the second quarter. Your top scorer for the Lady Eagles was 6, 2 trays for Kason Muniz, a 3-point performance for Zapata on 1 free throw, and Alaliana Armitage has a bucket for 2. For La Cueva, 9 for Jordan Dyer, their top scorer of the season. Lobato, 3 and 2 for Romero. Rebounds so far, 6 for La Cueva and 6 for the Lady Eagles. 2 turnovers for Hobbs, 4 for La Cueva. Hobbs basketball on the right wing, sliding with the dribble is Rivera. Throws it up top to Ross. Ross going to take her time against a 3-2 zone. Dump it right corner, 3 on the way for Rivera. Off the rim, no good. Underneath the hoop for the rebound. La Cueva gets it, but a bad pass is deflected. Romero glossed it. Shot down the lane by Rivera. Can't get it to drop, and then we got banging bodies. And they're going to call them an offensive foul on Dyer. She knocked Ross flat on her back. So Dyer picks up a personal. That will be the first team foul here in the second quarter, and also a turnover. She did have the rebound. So, boy, that was some deadly stuff there. Dyer's third board, and now the La Cueva fans are booing that one. Coach Kogan not happy about the call. Hobbs basketball on the left baseline. Bounce it into left base to Armitage. Comes down the lane, reverse on the left, and gets rejected by Paz Romero. Throws it back deep to her other guard, Lobato. She'll bring it across the timeline. Pass off to the left wing to Dyer. Dyer kicks it to the free throw line to Romero. Gets pressure by Armitage, lost the ball, picks it back up off the hardwood, and bounces it up top. Taking a 3 with the jab step as Lobato. Unloads to Ramos on the right wing. Dump to the right corner to Dyer, and back deep to reset on the far right sideline to Lobato. Takes a few dribbles against Rivera, hands off on the right wing to Dyer. Spots up a 3 off the side of the rim, finally misses one. It rolls out in the corner of the baseline, out of bounds. 1 and done on that possession for La Cueva, although they do lead 14-11, 7:01 remaining in the second quarter. I'd like to thank TJ Miracle coming with me for a little bit. He's got to go over to Rio Rancho, the event center, for the JAL matchup, taking on number 1 Mesa Vista in the 2A. We'll have that here for you on the internet as well, around 6:15. Pass down to the right corner, driving baseline Zapata. Finds Muniz in the left corner for 3. Clicks out the front of the rim, no good, but Rivera there for the tip off the right glass. Coming down the paint in the right place at the right time. She's got 2 points and 4 rebounds for the Lady Eagles. It is 14-13. A 1-point La Cueva lead. And driving the lane on the left side, trying to lean to the hoop. And unfortunately, couldn't get it to drop for her at least, was Dyer. She got bodied up. They're going to call that against the Lady Eagles. Aliana Armitage, her first. That'll be the first team foul against the Lady Eagles. And trying to get our scoreboard back up here. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. First free throw, no good. Missing off the back of the rim is Dyer. She remains at 9 points. So 14-13. The score here, a 1-point game, La Cueva leading. With 6:26 left, second quarter. Second shot is up and good. A swish for Dyer. She's got 10 points, 3 for 4 from the line. La Cueva, who Leon leads 15-13. Coming across the time stripe is Armitage. Gives it off to Ross on the right wing. Gets a screen from Armitage. A runner shot down the lane with 2 hands off the back of the rim. Pulled down on the left block by Dyer. Her 4th rebound. Sends it ahead to a breaking Bingham. Reverse on the right. Lost the ball. She was getting ready to lay it up on the right side of the glass. It was knocked out of her hands by Zapata, who tends to be the magnet when it comes to the transition defense to get back. Clock at 6:08 left here in the second, and a 2-point La Cueva lead. Inbounding on the right flip baseline is Lobato. Goes it into the base, Dyer, right side, back to the right wing to Romero, drives the lane, hippity hop, finds the ball on the left wing, drives baseline, tries to thread it down the lane, and it's picked out for the Lady Eagles by Muniz. La Cueva, 6th turnover, gives it up to a breaking Ross, lays it in uncontested on the right side. Her first bucket. That was a 6th turnover for La Cueva, and we are tied at 15 here at the Pit in the quarterfinals. 5:45 remaining in the second. Bounce pass in the front court to Ramos with a pivot. Returns up top to set to Lobato. Kick it down to the left wing. Holding it for a second, Romero. Tough pressure coming for Armitage. She'll find Dyer on the left block. Double team with Armitage, and now tied up. They're going to call the foul, though. Coming in quickly to help out was Arely Navarro. They're going to say she was on the wrist. So they call the foul against Navarro, her first, second team foul. And checking in for the Lady Eagles will be Rivera for Ross, as we are tied at 15 here in the second quarter. Inbounding on the left baseline, Romero for the blue and white. Having trouble getting it in as a fire back to the near left sideline in the hands of Lobato. Right on top of her now, hip to hip, is Rivera. Backs into her, the 5-second count is on. Hand off to make it Dyer up top. Kicks it to the right corner to Ramos. Ramos bounce pass in the baseline, taken away by Armitage. Turnover number 7 for La Cueva. Only 2 turnovers for the Lady Eagles. Here comes Armitage, driving the right side of the lane, gets bumped from behind. They're going to call it on the floor on the foul. She was taking it to the rack from the half court all the way to the hole, but they got a body foul from behind to save a layup. Actually, it was a pretty good foul for Romero to stop the layup. That's the second on her, second team foul on the Bears. And now checking in will be Sienna Tazinski. Lady Eagle basketball on the right baseline. Zepeda to inbound. We are tied at 15. Bounce pass coming in on the right baseline. And now we got a foul. Trying to spin with the basketball from the right block was Navarro. Trying to show some dominance out there coming off the bench. I believe that might be on Romero. And that is Romero. That's her third personal. Third team foul against the Bears. Don't see any subs coming in. Looked like the ref had a number 1 up, and that's her number. On the line will be Navarro. First free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Eagles are 1 of 2 for the charity stripe. Navarro, as an individual, 60% from the line this season. Second shot's a swish. Navarro makes up for the first, and 1 of 2 on the line, and we're a 16-15 lead for the Lady Eagles. Into the front court. The dribble to the right wing. And up top of the arc, we've got the dribble coming down from Lobato. She gives it off to the left wing. Dribble for Romero. Double team pressure coming against her, Muniz. And also another nice hand on the ball by Rivera. They throw it down low, though. Wide open for the pass was Bingham for her first shot. La Cueva now 17-15 here in the second. 4:33 remaining. Armitage on the left wing will hand it off to Zepeda. Zepeda will kick it up top to Rivera. Down to the right corner to Muniz with a 2-point deficit. She'll spot up a 3 WNBA distance. Nothing but net. Romero backed off of her, and Muniz nails a big one there. That's going to be her third 3-pointer of the ball game with 9 points. And now going to be the Lady Eagles gets a big-time point production there, as it is 19-17. Here at the Pit, 4:15 remaining in the half. Apologize for our scoreboard, we're having some technical issues here. The inbound from the baseline sails out of bounds near half court on the near side. It wasn't touched by Hobbs, so that'll be a turnover for La Cueva on the inbound. Their 8th turnover of the ball game. Substitution for the Lady Eagles, Katie Godwin's back on as she comes in for Muniz. Or correction, that is Zepeda. Hobbs basketball on the right baseline. Inbounding will be Rivera with a 2-point lead. She'll check it back to the right wing to Muniz. Gives it back to Rivera, right corner. Spots up a 3. Rainbow jumper hits the side of the rim, no good. Pulled down at the free throw line by Dyer, her 5th rebound. And she gets hit from behind. Trying to stop the transition game for the Lady Eagles. They call the foul on Kareli Rivera, her first, 3rd team foul. Clock stops at 4:08 remaining here in the second. Quarterfinal action from the Pit here on the campus of UNM. Inbound to the backcourt to Lobato. She'll go 1-on-1 against Rivera through the timeline. Up the near side. Spins. Top of the circle. A 2-1-2 zone for the Lady Eagles. She'll cradle and go down the lane. She gets held on to. Now they're going to call the jump. Now they're going to have the foul on that one. Keeping with her the whole way to the hoop was Armitage. Got a hand on the basketball. The arrow's going to stay with La Cueva, though.
It's a bench on light ball.
The ball will be inbounded from the left baseline. And inbounding will be Dyer. Dyer will get it into the left corner to Lobato. Fires it on the same side left on the arc to Bingham. Returns to Dyer in the left wing. Her three-shot quickly released from the top and hits the front of the rim. Armitage with the rebound, driving the lane. Kick out to the right wing to Rivera. Spots up an 18-footer on the right side off the back of the rim. We got a battle for the rebound. 2 La Cueva players and a Hobbs player trying to get the ball. And they're going to go ahead and call that a jump simultaneous. Nobody really got a rebound on that one. It was just crashing into the hoop or underneath the hoop there. And Hobbs will get it on the jump ball arrow. Inbounding on the right baseline is Rivera. Hobbs up by 2 with 3:40 left in the half. Gets it in on the right block to Navarro. Back to Rivera on the right wing. Sends it up top to Muniz. Jab step, and she's guarded by Romero. Over to the left wing to Armitage, driving the lane. Over to Navarro on the right wing. 15-footer is good. Big hit for Navarro. She's got 3 points. Hobbs extending their lead, 21-17 here in the second quarter with 3:20 remaining in the half. Dribbling behind her back is Dyer now in the front court. Going up against Rivera. And a timeout. Coach Kogan doesn't like what she's seeing offensively and wants to set something up. So we'll take a break here. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles up 21-17 over La Cueva. Game 2 of this battle this season. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Listen up. You asked for it, you got it. Introducing all-in pricing from TDS. Get ultra-powerful 1 gig internet for just $49.99 a month for 2 years. No gimmicks, no gotchas. Plus, no contract, free installation, and a powerful Wi-Fi router included. All in? Oh yeah. Visit hellotds.com today. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
A quick timeout on the court as your Hobbs Lady Eagles come back after the timeout. Are up 21-17 here at the Pit in Albuquerque. Ty Friend here with you. TJ Miracle heading over to Rio Rancho for the JAL game, which will be on after this one at the event center there. JAL taking on number 1 Mesa Vista. The Hobbs Lady Eagles, the number 1 seed here at the state tournament. They take on number 8 La Cueva. Hobbs coming in, averaging 60 points a game, 55 for La Cueva, and a 4-point lead here. Inbound for the Bears after their timeout in the hands of Lobato. Gets a screen up top from Bingham off the dribble. Throws up a 3 off balance. Off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down at the free throw line by Rivera, her 5th rebound. Up ahead to Muniz on the right wing. She'll take a few dribbles to set up the offense for the Lady Eagles smartly. They try to throw it down the lane. They're calling the travel. They try to get over to Armitage, shuffled her feet, and they pick up the 3rd turnover of the game, but 8 for La Cueva, so Hobbs still doing well, taking care of the basketball. Inbound to the far right sideline of the backcourt to Lobato. Lobato going to take her time with the dribble, gets a screen on the right wing for Dzinski, bounce it back door on the baseline right to Bingham. She tries to fire it to the left corner to Sadie Ramos, but it sails out of bounds. An unforced error for La Cueva, their 9th turnover of the ball game. Hobbs with their biggest lead of 4 here in the second, 21-17 with 2:45 left here in the half. You're listening live to HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. As the pass comes to Muniz on the right wing. Going hard to the free throw line on the dribble to Lobato, who reaches out and grabs something, the wrist. And they'll call the foul there against Lobato, her first. 14th foul, 1 away from the double bonus. Hobbs will get it on the right baseline. They've been having this inbound position for the last 20 minutes, it seems like. As the lady to inbound will be Rivera. Throws a high one in the lane. Turnaround jumper for Godwin. Clinks off the front of the rim. Armitage puts it back up on the right block. Little semi-hook and puts it through the hole. She's got 4 points and 3 rebounds. Hobbs, their biggest lead now is 6. 23-17 your score here at the Pit. Shot from 3 on the right side is up and good. Peyton Lobato gets her 2nd tray of the ball game as she has got 6 points. It's now 23-20 Hobbs. Pass down to right wing to Rivera. Comes down the lane. Little reverse slam over the front of the rim and scores. Rivera gets knocked to the floor but gets the bucket. 4 points and 5 rebounds for Rivera. 25-20 your score. Shot from top of the arc is no good by Romero, and rebound coming from Muniz, her first. Throws it down to Armitage, driving the right baseline. Dribbles it off her ankle, out of bounds. Might have got bumped there by Peyton Lobato. Referee doesn't call it. But it's going to be a turnover for the Lady Eagles off the errant dribble. Only the 4th turnover for Hobbs. And Coach Carpenter going back to his bench. Jordan Mendoza seeing her first action. And Zaylee Hardison, the starter, returns. Lady Eagles have had 6 scores in this first half, 4 for La Cueva. 25-20. Stop and go dribble backcourt for Romero. Throws it across to Lobato. Top of the arc. Wraparound pass stolen by Hardison on the left block. La Cueva's 10th turnover. Up ahead to Rivera. Goes to the right wing, stop and go to the free throw line. Down the lane with the runner shot and a foul on the drive. Lady Eagles are starting to penetrate quite a bit down the lane and starting to pay off some dividends with the foul calls as they get that one charged to Bingham, her second, 15th foul. Hobbs down the double bonus. Corelli Rivera, her first opportunity on the line in this game. She is shooting 72% on the season from the charity stripe. Rivera currently with 2 buckets here in the second quarter with 4. The leader is Muniz with 9. And the first shot rims out, no good for Rivera. Zepeda with 3, 4 for Armitage, 4 for Rivera, 3 for Navarro, 2 for Ross. Leading scorer for La Cueva is Jordan Dyer with 10 points and 5 rebounds, 6 for Lobato on 2 trays. Second shot for Rivera is a swish. She's got 5. Hobbs up 26-20 with 1:32 remaining in the half. Driving hard with a pass across the timeline, Lobato has a man open a left block to Zinski, fades a little bit to the left and throws it off the glass for 2. Her first bucket, 25-22. Make it 26-22 in the front court. Right wing Muniz fakes it 3. Drives through 2 defenders, reverse layup right side off the back of the rim. Ball loose on the left baseline, crashing the floor to get it is Rivera. She picks it up for her 6th rebound. Pass off to the right wing to Navarro. On the near sideline in front of La Cueva bench. Tries to thread it down low. They're going to say she pushed off. Referee got some help from Coach Kogan on that one. She signaled it first. They called the push-off foul. And that one will go against, actually they called against Navarro. That'll be her second. 14th foul, also go down as the 5th turnover for the Lady Eagles. 1:04 left, second quarter. It's 26-22 Hobbs by 4. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Matching up man-to-man on the full court pressure. The inbound comes to the deep left corner. And Hobbs couldn't get the brakes on there. Looks like a foul going to be called on Rivera. Yep, it is Rivera's second. 15th foul now. Both teams in the double bonus. Nothing she could do to stop her momentum on that one to run over the La Cueva player. That'll send to the other end Peyton Lobato. La Cueva is 3 for 4 from the charity stripe for 75%. And Lobato on the line for the season. Their best free throw shooter at 83%. First one's up and good. She's got 7 points. Second leading scorer behind 10 of Dyer. Of course, Dyer came into the season, or into the game, I should say, averaging 21 points a contest for the La Cueva Bears. Second shot, little fade, but she able to put it through. Her second free throw, she's got 8. It's 26-24, 1 minute remaining in the half. Into the front court of the right wing, Rivera does it up top. That's Armitage coming down the lane. Kick it off to the left wing to Mendoza. Spin it back to the right side to Navarro. Touch pass behind her on the right wing to Rivera. Up top to Armitage. Crossover move. Underhands to Navarro, right corner. Gives it right back to Armitage. Fade away in the paint over the front of the rim. No good. Rebound for Dyer, her 6th. Throws it up to a breaking Bingham on the right side of the lane, but punched out from behind. Nice hands on the ball by Muniz, and they're giving the ball to the Lady Eagles. La Cueva fans moaning about that one. That'll go down as a Bear turnover, number 11. 36 seconds left in the second. Hobbs wants to extend their 2-point lead if possible. Coming across the timeline by herself is Rivera. Gives it off on the far left to Muniz. Bounce pass down the lane to Armitage. Flicks it out left corner to Mendoza. Spots up a 3. Hits off the rim, no good. Rebound on the free throw line by Lobato for La Cueva. She'll pass it off to the timeline to Dyer with 15 seconds. In the front court. Stop and go dribble. Great job for Armitage diving on the floor to steal it. They're waiting for a whistle, and we got a jump ball. Looked like Dyer was laying on the ball on her back that time, and underneath the pile was Armitage with a shovel trying to dig the thing out of the hardwood. And finally a jump ball, which will go to La Cueva, escaping a turnover. And they've got 8.1 seconds to work with here in the second. Hobbs up by 2. On the near sideline in front of here in the media table. Muniz going to try to block the inbound. They throw it down the lane to the free throw line to Lobato. Lost the ball in the lane, stolen by Armitage. The 12th turnover, and they call it double dribble. Armitage trying to come up the court. They're going to say both hands push the ball to the court as she was getting close to the half-court line. Hobbs fans booing that one. Kind of a close call there. The 6th turnover for the Lady Eagles, but compared to 12 for La Cueva, who's doubled up Hobbs in that negative category. 4.3 seconds left from the left baseline in the second. 2-point lead. Inbound alley-oop. Double clutch for Dyer. She gets knocked to the floor. And they got about 3 defenders on her that time. Not sure which one they're going to call. Boy, Coach Carpenter's coming unglued. He didn't like that call whatsoever. They're going to call that against Armitage, her second, 16th foul. Coach Carpenter feels that Dyer got away with a push before her. She went up with a shot there. Her first shot's up and good. She is 2 for 3 from the line, all coming here in the second quarter. Now has 11 points. Substitution, Tessa Peterson checking in as she takes out Romero. 26-25, a 1-point game, could be tied after the free throw here. Second shot is up, off the front of the rim, no good. Ball gets knocked around and out of bounds on the baseline. The baseline official asking for help, and they're going to give it to La Cueva. Coach Carpenter puts his head up in the air, takes off his glasses, raising his hands. He's not happy with the delay on the call on that one. A 1-point deficit for La Cueva with 1 second remaining in their front court from the baseline. They throw it up top. A 3 on the buzzer for Tysitsky, hits the bottom of the net from the outside, doesn't drop. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles, a 1-point lead over La Cueva, 26-25 at the half. We'll come back with the quarterfinal halftime show here at the Pit in 3 minutes on your Hobbs Lady Eagles network.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
The Coffee House offers a revitalizing menu of coffee, tea, and specialty drinks, just the way you like it. Enjoy your favorite drink with a whole latte love at the Coffee House. The Coffee House, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Coffee House is locally owned and operated and is dedicated to fostering a sense of community in Lee County and in the surrounding areas. The Coffee House, 1103 North Grimes.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. 'Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, yes! Strike! Miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores. For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Welcome back to the pit here in Albuquerque. Ty Friend here with you as the Hobbs Lady Eagles holding on to a 1-point lead, 26-25 at the half over La Cueva. Let's take a look at the numbers in this first half of action. First for La Cueva Bears, they got 1 in double digits, 11 for Jordan Dyer. Now, she's been on the line 4 times in the second quarter. That's where 2 of her free throws have come, 2 for 4. Had 9 of her 11 points in the first quarter, including a tray. Also with 6 rebounds. 8 points for Peyton Lobato. She had a couple of trays, 1 in each quarter, and 2 for 2 free throw shooting. She had 2 rebounds. 3 other players with 2 apiece. Paz Romero, 2 for 2 on the line with 4 boards. Andy Bingham with a bucket for 2 and 3 rebounds. Sienna Tazinski had a bucket for 2. And that's it for the scoring for La Cueva with 5 in the books for the Bears. They went 6 of 8 from the charity stripe for 75% and had 12 turnovers, 6 more doubling up on the Lady Eagles numbers. 15 rebounds for La Cueva in this first half of action. Their leading rebounder was Jordan Dyer with 6, 4 for Romero, 3 for Bingham. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles, they've had 5 scorers so far. Nobody in double digits yet, so some spread out scoring. Kason Muniz, 9 points. All 3 of her shots that have been in have been trays. So big time shooting for Caseland. 5 points for Corelli Rivera, all those coming in the second quarter where she's 1 of 2 from the line, had 2 buckets, and leads with 6 rebounds in the game for Hobbs. Aliana Armitage had 4 points and 3 rebounds for the Lady Eagles' cause. It was Madison Zepeda with 3 points, 1 of 1 on the line, and a rebound. Areli Navarro coming off the bench with 3 points in the second quarter, was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. So again, Hobbs with 1 more score. Zoe Ross, kind of a quiet game so far. She took a pretty bad tumble to the hardwood, might have hit her head on the floor, but did come back. Had 1 bucket for 2 points and 2 rebounds. Lady Eagles are 3 of 5 from the line for 60%. And they have 15 rebounds to their name as well. Rivera, the leader, with 6, 3 for Armitage. Again, Hobbs with just 6 turnovers compared to 12 for the Bears. Your halftime score, La Cueva down 1 to your Hobbs Lady Eagles, 26-25. We're going to take another 2-minute break and come back live with more quarterfinal action on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
Attention mechanics! NMR Pipeline is hiring now. If you know your way around heavy equipment and you have your own tools, NMR Pipeline wants to talk to you. NMR is offering top pay based on experience and solid benefits, medical, dental, and vision. NMR Pipeline isn't looking for trainees. They're hiring real mechanics ready to turn wrenches and get the job done right. Apply now at 300 South Main in Eunice. NMR Pipeline, built on skills driven by hard work. NMR Pipeline is an equal opportunity employer.
Getting ready for second half action here at the Pit in Albuquerque. Ty Friend here with you. The quarterfinals of the 5A state tournament. We got one more game coming up tonight. That will be at the Rio Rancho Event Center. The Jow Lady Panthers taking on the #1 team in the state, Mesa Vista. That game, 6:15 pregame show. The tip-off at 6:30. TJ Miracle has left for that one. We'll have that coverage for you. We got a half of basketball here at the Pit. Hobbs up 26-25. And most importantly, they will have the ball to start this third quarter. Lady Eagles shot 25% from three-point range, 3 of 12, and for the game at 31% from the field. And it was La Cueva shooting 44% from the field, 30% from three-point line. Armitage gets a pass on the right wing, gives it up top to Muniz. Of course, Muniz had 3 trays for Lady Eagles. Over to left wing to Zepeda. She pivots, gives it back to Armitage on the left wing. Up top to Ross, crossover move. Hands it off to Armitage and then back over to the right wing again to Zepeda. Armitage will come get the basketball. Crossover move on the right side of the arc. Give to Ross. Stop and go. Crossover down the lane. Hippity hop. Layup on the right side. Misses side of the iron. Ball loose on the right block. Still loose. Picked up by Zepeda. Reverse layup on the left side. Her 4th rebound. No good. Pulled down in the paint by Romero. That's her 5th board for La Cueva. Gets it across to the timeline, dribbling the top of the arc for La Cueva. Romero down to the right baseline. Dyer underneath the hoop. Does it up top, stolen by Ross. Turner number 13. Ross on a 1-on-2. A runner shot down the lane. Rolls out the front of the rim. Ross gets her own rebound on the left block, her 3rd. Kick it out left corner to Zepeda. Up top to Muniz. Her 3 is on the way, but an air ball as it hits the bottom of the net and out of bounds. Of course, she did have 3 trays in the first half. Score remains 26-25. With 6:55 remaining here in the third. Just underway of the second half. Inbound to the deep right corner of the backcourt, Lobato. Throws it up ahead to Dyer at the timeline, breaks it across, comes down the lane, gets her shot rejected hard by Hardison. A rebound. Muniz falls to the floor on her back, though. They call the travel. Muniz with her 3rd rebound, but that'll also be the 7th Lady Eagle turnover. Not much she could do. Went up in the air, came flat down. Didn't see much of a roll, but they're going to say enough to get the travel. La Cueva basketball underneath their hoop on the left baseline. Inbounder is Romero, goes backdoor, connects to Tazinski, throws up a shot at the glass and scores. Tazinski with their 4th point of the ball game. And La Cueva up 27-26 at the other end quickly. On the right wing on the dribble, Zepeda. Throws it up top to set to Muniz. Over to the left side. Armitage. He wants to see some motion on the offense. Dribbles up top, a one-hand pass to Ross. Kick it back to Muniz on the left wing. Drives the lane. Hook shot in the paint from the right side and scores it through, right through the net. Muniz with 11 points. First double-digit score for the Lady Eagles. The steal on the inbound by Zepeda. Almost a steal. She tried to get a grip on it, but couldn't hold it down on the baseline. So it will be La Cueva basketball. Hobbs up by 1, 28-27. 6:13 remaining here in the third. Winner goes to the semifinals tomorrow. The inbound to the right corner. Or actually, that will be Thursday if they win this ball game. Pass up the near sideline, stumbling with the basketball was Andy Bingham. Thanks to Armitage stepping up and just kind of throwing hands in her face that time. And that'll be another turnover for La Cueva. They're 14th in the ball game compared to 7 for the Lady Eagles, so doubling up the bad numbers for the Bears. Inbound from the near left sideline, Muniz back to the time stripe, same side, Zepeda. Dribbles up top, slides to the right wing, drives the lane, high arching layup right side, clinks off the rim, rebound Hardison on the right block, kick out to Muniz on the left side, and nails a tray. Big time tray shot from the left wing for Muniz. She has got 14 points on 4 trays in the game. It's now 31-27. Here come the Bears. They'll spot up a 3 from the left side, clinking off the rim from Peyton Lobato left. Rebound underneath by Hardison, has 2 boards here in the third quarter. Pass up to Armitage. Comes down the lane underneath the hoop, right to left. Her pass deflected to Ross, left corner. Back to Muniz. She'll fire another 3, and it's another one. This girl is on fire. Big time tray, 17 from Muniz, and a 34-27 ball game. Eagles trying to make this one a rout in the third. Driving the lane at the other end, reverse layup left to right for Tazinski, no good. Rebound for Zepeda, throws it ahead to Ross, throws up a layup on the right side and scores. The Hobbs Lady Eagles are not going to be stopped. Big time scoring as Ross gets 4 points. Coach Carpenter almost ripped off his jacket. Your Lady Eagles up 36-27. Timeout La Cueva to check their wounds. 5:06 remaining here in the third. Hobbs 36, La Cueva 27. Come back with us in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Lady Eagle Network.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
SunGuard Precision is all about your truck and your home and making both look and feel amazing. SunGuard uses Lumar Window Tint, the top name in the game. For your truck, that means a cooler cap, UV protection, and a sleek custom look that turns heads. For your home, it's all about comfort blocking heat, reducing glare, and adding privacy without losing your view. SunGuard Precision brings style, protection, and performance on the road and at home. Call or look up SunGuard Precision in names and numbers. SunGuard Precision, your tinting pros.
Your Hobbs Lady Eagles up 36-27 on a 10-2 run. Thanks to some defense. Coach Carpenter excited about this group. They're going to play some full court pressure once again with a 9-point lead here in the third. Quarterfinal action from the Pit exclusive, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Long pass to half court on the inbound to Lobato. Gets it stripped by Armitage. Turnover number 15. Passes Zepeda right block. Back to Ross. Hook shot in the paint off the front of the rim. Ripped out on the rebound for La Cueva on the left block. Coming down with it was Tazinski, her first. Gives it off to Dyer, their top scorer, 21 for the season on the average, 11 today. Pass to the right wing to Lobato. Fires it into the right elbow and tried to pivot after getting the ball was Ramos, but she got held onto by the Lady Eagles. As they'll call the foul on Hardison, her first. That'll just be the first team foul here in this third quarter for either team. Inbounding on the right baseline will be Dyer. Sends it back deep to the right wing to Ramos. Drives the free throw line. Jump stop. Unloads the left wing to Tazinski. Cross court right to Lobato. She'll hold the ball and come out with Ross on the D. Unloads the Bingham on the left wing. Fakes a 3. Drives the left elbow. Hippity hop. Unloads the Tazinski on the left wing. Going against Armitage. Kick it back deep to Lobato. Stepping out on D is Ross. Takes it one dribble. Give it off to Dyer on the right elbow. Comes down the lane. Pass to the left corner. 3 on the way and swish for Tazinski. She nails the tray. She's got 7. 36-29. Your Lady Eagles, though, make it 30. And coming down the lane, missing the shot was Hardison, but a rebound for Armitage for the Lady Eagles. They keep it alive and resets it back up top to get it going for the Lady Eagles offense. Pass down the lane to Hardison, throws up a shot from the right block, comes off the iron, no good, and rolls out of bounds on the left baseline. That continues to be some good rebounding. Armitage with 5 boards, Rivera 6. Armitage, definitely one of the strong ones underneath the hoop for the Lady Eagles. Taking a seat now on the breather will be Hardison. Coming in for her will be Katie Godwin. 36-30, Hobbs by 6. Inbounding on the left baseline for the Lady Eagles underneath the hoop, Zepeda. Finally gets into Godwin right in front of her on the left baseline. Bounce it into Armitage left wing. Back deep to Muniz up top. Over to right side to Zepeda. Spots up her defender. Gets a screen from Ross. Doesn't use it. Returns instead to Armitage. Top of the circle. Over to left wing to Muniz. Sliding with her defensively left to right is Tazinski. Over to Zepeda on the left wing. Drives the lane. Runner shot. Hook. It's blocked. Put back up on the right. Block by Godwin. Couldn't get it to drop. And it looks like we got a whistle underneath. Push and foul on the rebound. They'll call that against the Lady Eagles. Wait to see who they got that one on. I guess they said 52, so that will be Godwin's first, second team foul. Clock stop with 3:27 left here in the third quarter. Hobbs up by 6. Ball comes in batted to left corner, backcourt to Lobato. Takes a dribble, double team with Ross and Zepeda. Pass to the near sideline. Dyer will come across. She sends it back deep to the time stripe after clearing the half-court line to Lobato. Right on top of her, Zepeda, hand in the face. Screen up top from Dyer. Bounce pass on the right wing. 3 on the way for Tazinski. This one off the back of the rim. Gets tipped out of bounds. Armitage thought she had a good position for the rebound, but coming over the top of her to tip it was Dyer. They're going to say it was out on Armitage. So La Cueva will have the basketball on the left baseline underneath their hoop. Down by 6, 3:06 remaining. Inbound to the left wing, deep to Tazinski. Kick up top to Bingham. Swing it to the right wing to Lobato. Slides up top off the dribble. Lady Eagles with a 2-3 zone. Ross will step out on D now. Matching up a little bit closer. Over to Tazinski in the left wing. Fires it in the lane to Bingham. Back up top for 3 for Romero, and good. Ross backed off of her just a bit. Make that Romero hits it. Now 5 points for her. 36-33. Lady Eagles up by the tray at this point. Pass to the left wing, a 3 on the way, no good, off the iron by Muniz. Ball loose on the floor, Hardwood diving now. Ross going down on the hardwood. Diving into the La Cueva player, Andy Bingham. And the arrow, unfortunately, is going to go to La Cueva. Nobody really had the rebound on that one, just bodies on the floor. 2:34 left, third quarter. Hobbs by 3, 36-33. On the left baseline to inbound is going to be Dyer. She'll get it back, takes a hard dribble, weaving through traffic now in the front court. Stops to the left elbow, fires a shot, and swishes it. Right, a smooth motion there for Dyer. She's got 13. 36-35, Lady Eagles. They got to get some offense going. Ross in the front court, left wing. Turns and gives it off behind her to Muniz. Back to Ross, top of the circle. One hand passes to Pate on the right wing. Drives to the free throw line. Hands off up top to Muniz. Keeps the dribble going, zigzag, back to left elbow. Kick it left wing, Ross for 3. It clinks off the rim, no good, gets her own rebound. Back up on the left glass and scores. 38-35. Great job for Ross, 6 points and 4 rebounds. And we've got a timeout on the court. Hobbs extends their lead to 3. 38-35 over to the Cueva. 1:58 left in the third. We'll come back in 30 seconds live on the Hobbs Lady Eagles Network.
Listen up. You asked for it, you got it. Introducing all-in pricing from TDS. Get ultra-powerful 1 gig internet for just $49.99 a month for 2 years. No gimmicks, no gotchas. Plus, no contract, free installation, and a powerful Wi-Fi router included. All in? Oh yeah. Visit hellotds.com today. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Back at the pit, under 2 minutes left, third quarter. Hobbs Lady Eagles lead by 3. Driving hard across the timeline is Dyer. Unloads to the left wing to Lobato. Guarded closely by Ross. Kick it up top to Bingham. Swing it to the right side to Romero. She'll hold the ball now to see if the offense is going to get set. They want to get it to Dyer, but she's been held up big time by Armitage. Pass up top to Lobato. Give it to the left wing. Faking a 3 with a head fake there is Bingham. Instead it gets it up to Romero, top of the circle. Give to Dyer in the right elbow. Pivoting. Good D by Armitage. Back to the right corner, and then a fire pass up top to Lobato. Drives with her left hand to the left corner to Bingham. Returns back deep left side to Romero for 3 and nails it. Fade away J for Romero. Her second tray here in the third. She's got 8 points. And we are now in a battle. 38-38. Driving to the right baseline. Zoe Ross, the fadeaway. They call the foul. Let's see if they count it. Yes, they will. Ross with a 15-footer from the right baseline. Chance for a 3-point play. The foul on Tazinski, her second. That's just the first team foul for La Cueva here in the third quarter. So Lady Eagles pull up by 2, 40-38. Ross now with 8 points. 6 coming here in this third quarter. Yet to shoot a free throw and makes that one though. Extends the lead to 3, 41-38. Ross now with 9 points. 1 minute remaining here in the third. 41-38 Hobbs. Stop and go dribble coming across the timeline is Lobato. On the near sideline, gets a screen from Dyer, gives it back to Dyer. She goes down the lane with the runner shot, bounces out the back of the rim in the front, comes off, but there's a foul call in the air. They call that one on the Lady Eagles. Caitlin Muniz, her first, third team foul. That will put Dyer on the line. Dyer 2 for 4. All coming in the second quarter though, 50%. A couple other players of hers on that team are perfect. Romero 2 for 2 and Lobato 2 for 2. First free throw good for Dyer. She's got 14 now, 3 coming in this third quarter. 41-39 your score. 2-point lead now for the Lady Eagles. Depending on this second free throw, which is also good. She's got 15, 41-40. La Cueva back in the half-court defense with 48 seconds left in the third. Hobbs by 1. Pass up top to Muniz. She'll hold it, goes back door to Ross, reverse layup left side underneath the rim. Late whistle on that one. She got help on that because she clunked it underneath the iron. Didn't know where she was on that one. But the official calls the foul. Same number he called at the other end, called to Muniz with a foul. Now it's 33 for La Cueva getting the foul. That's Tessa Peterson, her first, second team foul. Back to the line goes Ross. He just made an and 1 seconds ago. Trying to add on to that and swishes it. 8 of her 10 points here in the third quarter. Kind of what we saw with that Piedra Vista game last week. Kind of a slow start, but ended up with 10 to finish it. One more shot for Ross is up and good. Got the nail on both of them. 43-40. Ross continues to get the shots going down. She's got 11. 37 seconds left in the third. A 3-point Lady Eagle lead. Still in the backcourt is Tazinski. Gets across against Rivera, unloads the pass to Lobato left wing. Up top to Romero, WNBA 3, an air ball. She forced that one. Rivera was in the area defensively. No reason why she should have been taking that with 20-some seconds left in the quarter. That'll go back to the Lady Eagles. 43-40. Hobbs trying to extend on the Trey lead. Clock will tick now with 24 left in the third. Coming across the timeline is Ross. Slowing it down, and we got some banging going on in the lane. Off-ball foul. That's a back-to-back foul call against La Cueva. Again, Tessa Peterson, who just came off the bench about a minute or two ago. Her second quick foul, third team foul. Inbound for Lady Eagles on the far right. Ross will inbound on the sideline. Goes it back to the time stripe to Zepeda, hand off to Ross. To Zepeda on the yo-yo pass to the right baseline, gets double teamed, spins out of it back to the sideline off the dribble. Clock to 12, drives the lane, left elbow, kick out left. Rivera has it, finds Ross on the right wing, throws up a hook shot for the baseline, over the rim, no good. I think she thought the clock was expiring. Rebound on the base by Muniz, or make that Dyer, and throws it up court, but that will not be enough time for a shot. Actually, that was Peterson with that last rebound. But the end of 3, your Hobbs Lady Eagles holding on to a 3-point lead, 43-40 over La Cueva. We'll take a 60-second break, get ready for the finale, the quarterfinals here at the Pit. Stay with us.
The Coffee House offers a revitalizing menu of coffee, tea, and specialty drinks, just the way you like it. Enjoy your favorite drink with a whole latte love at the Coffee House. The Coffee House, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Coffee House is locally owned and operated and is dedicated to fostering a sense of community in Lee County and in the surrounding areas. The Coffee House, 1103 North Grimes.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
We're back at the Pit here in Albuquerque. Ty Friend here with you. The Hobbs Lady Eagles holding on to a 43-40 lead as we get ready for the fourth quarter here on the campus of University of New Mexico. La Cueva's top scorer is Jordan Dyer, as expected, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 8 apiece for Paz Romero and Peyton Lobato, 7 for Sienna Tazinski. For your Lady Eagles, leading with 17 It's Muniz after hitting 5 3-pointers, 11 for Ross. And the Lady Eagles basketball to start the fourth, up 43-40. Muniz has the ball on the left wing of the front court, sliding to the top of the arc as she takes on the defensive Bingham. Drives to the left block, it gets tripped. Looked like some help on that side, coming over to try to defend and getting the foul as Romero actually going to call that on the original defender, Bingham. Romero came from the other side, but she got the worst of it. That's her 4th personal. First team foul here in the 4th quarter. Lady Eagles will inbound from the left baseline. Zepeda into Armitage in the left corner. Dribbles to the free throw line, gives off on the right wing. Backing out is Rivera. Slides left with a dribble, unloads to Zepeda. Zepeda returns it back deep to Ross with her left hand off the dribble. Kick it back to Rivera on the left side. Defending her close is Tazinski. To Muniz, back of the timeline, top of the circle. Flicks it back to Zepeda on the left wing. Jab step, drives the lane, reverse slam to the right. Off the rim, front, no good. Pulled down for La Cueva by Bingham. That's her 4th rebound. Lady Eagles leading the rebounds up to that point, 24-17. Now make it 24-18. Pass into the front court, right corner to Tazinski. Throws it back deep to Lobato. Lobato dumps it into the right elbow. Turnaround jumper for Dyer and nails another J. She's got 17 points. It's now 43-42. Lady Eagles by 1. Pass to front court, Ross on the right wing, crossover move, goes to the rack, runner shot off the glass and scores. Nice touch for the 8th grader, 13 for Zoe Ross, 2nd scorer behind Muniz's 17. 45-42, Hobbs by 3. Bounce pass up ahead, a layup on the right side, put in for 2 off the glass for Tazinski. She's got 9. 45-44, how about some Olympic track here in the front court? It's going to be a drive down the lane. Zepeda underneath the basket, right to left. Tries to thread it back to Armitage. Stolen by Dyer. Turner number 8. Dyer with the reverse layup right. Misses it off the front of the rim. And then we got a foul on the rebound. Trying to come up behind her for the cleanup and getting knocked to the floor. The rebounder for La Cueva. They're going to call the foul first. Let me get that one. It's Corelli Rivera's 3rd. And the one trying to rebound for that one was Peyton Lobato. And she got kind of crumpled up. Inbounding on the right baseline will be Romero. Gets it into the right wing. WNBA 3 for Lobato. In and out, no good. Ball tipped to the air, pulled down by Ross at the free throw line. Ross's 5th rebound. She'll drive the lane left side. Double clutch is hammered hard by the Bears. She'll get some free throws out of this one. Swatting at her on both arms that time. They get the foul call on Peyton Lobato, her second team foul. So Ross takes another trip to the line. She is perfect, 3 for 3 from the charity stripe ball coming in the 3rd quarter, has 13 points. A 1-point ball game, now make it 2 as she makes the first free throw. 46-44, 17 for Muniz, 14 I should say for Ross. One more free throw attempt here. Shot is up and it's good, she got them both. 15 now for Ross, 47-44 Lady Eagles. Here in the 4th, 6:12 remaining. Inbound to the free throw line in the backcourt. 2 defenders collapsing on top of Andy Bingham. We'll see which person they got that one on. Gonna be Muniz's second team foul as well for the Lady Eagles. Inbound up the near sideline for La Cueva. Paz Romero now in the front court, going to dribble all the way to the left side. Stripped at half court by Rivera. Turner number 16. She has to chase it to the baseline of the front court. Goes back door to Muniz, coming down with the basketball and dribbles out of pressure as she gets defended up by Dyer. Top of the arc, pass to Ross. She'll drive the right lane. Scoop shot is fouled. Going to give them a 2 on that one, it looks like. I wasn't sure they'd get the drive or the layup on it. Get the foul call. That one goes against Sabato. Lady Eagles doing a good job of penetration. Ross especially. She is 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. So definitely helping the Lady Eagles cause in this contest. Ross came into the game on the free throw stripe at 69%, 100% today. And then I have to say that it ricochets out of the rim. Her first miss of the ball game, 5 of 6 from the line. Still sitting at 15 points for the 8th grader. Haven't spotted Coach Ross up in the crowd yet. He's got a big game tomorrow against the Cueva as well. Second shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Ball chased down the near side. We got a crash. It's Muniz coming up with it, her 5th rebound. There was a collision, then they call late travel. There was 2 players that kind of ran into the basketball in front of the Hobbs bench on the near left sideline. Looked like Muniz had the rebound. They're going to say she rolled a little bit, but it was a major collision. Went right chest to chest with Peyton Lobato. Both hit the floor, and they call the travel, so that'll be Hobbs' 9th turnover. Inbound deep towards the baseline, pulled down by Lobato. Pass to the near side is kicked out of bounds off La Cueva foot. That's Andy Bingham. A nice defense by Muniz and Armitage to make that happen. La Cueva gets another turnover. That is number 17 compared to 9 for Hobbs. Out of the backcourt. Hobbs up by 3 with 5:40 remaining. Pass up top to Armitage. She's going to hold the ball to get some rotation. Sends it to the right wing to Ross. Jab step. Guarded by the big girl Dyer. To the left elbow. 3 on the way. No, that's a 3 shot. Stepping back. Firing up the tray is Rivera. She's got 8 points. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles up by 6. 60 to 50, 50 to 44. And La Cueva wants a timeout. Coach Koga does not want this game to slip away. The big shot for 3 by Rivera, her first of the ball game, has 8 points, and your Lady Eagles up by 6. We'll take a 60-second break here. The quarterfinals at the Pit in Albuquerque.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360. Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank, with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
5:22 remaining here in the fourth. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles up by 6, 50 to 54. Or 50 to 44. The Lady Eagles want to get to the semifinals. The defending state champs were knocked out earlier by Albuquerque High. Pass into the top scorer. Coming across Dyer, goes backdoor layup on a foul off the glass. Tazinski scores her 11th point. Going backdoor on the right side of the lane, and a foul going up with her. They'll call that one against Armitage, her third team foul against the Lady Eagles. Chance for the three-point play for Tazinski. She has yet to shoot a free throw in this game. Again, she does have 11 points. Tazinski's free throw is up, and it is good. Tazinski came in at 63% and now has 12 points. 50 to 45. Lady Eagles get a long pass down the left baseline. Going to the hoop with a Figaro and foul. Count the basket. Rivera, the sophomore. She's not scared of the rack. Count the basket. Rivera now with 10 points. They get the foul on Sienna Tazinski, the one that shot free throw at the other end. That's her third team foul. Rivera going to put some icing on the cake here. She's 1 of 2 with 10 points. Free throws up and good. Rolled around the rim just a bit. It's going to be 53 to 47. Get the scoreboard back up on the internet. 3 at the other end. Shot from the right wing by Dyer off the rim. Pulled down by Armitage. 6th rebound for her. Outlet to the timeline to Muniz. A 6-point lead for Lady Eagles. Over to Ross. Wide open right corner. Her 3 is in and out. And Dyer gets the rebound. And she is thrown out of bounds. But good hand on the basketball there for Rivera. Both players had complete grip of the basketball and a big spin around helicopter look that time. Coach Kogan wanted a foul, but there was no contact on the arm whatsoever by Rivera. Him out to the deep right corner of the backcourt to Lobato. Hobbs by 6. Goes it far left to Dyer. Strong dribble in the front court against Ross. Uses up the dribble. Shot put pass to the right wing. Lobato driving hard against Rivera to the left elbow. Underhands it left wing to Tazinski. Cross court right to Romero. Fires up a 3 off the back of the rim. Armitage rips it down with one arm on the right block. That's going to be her big time rebound, number 7. Drives hard to the other end, down the right lane, lost the ball. She got close to the baseline and fumbles out of bounds. Might have heard footsteps behind her. Trying to get ready to block the shot was Dyer. Hobbs now with 10 turnovers, but still a 6-point lead with 4:24 remaining here in the fourth at the Pit in Albuquerque, the quarterfinals. Pass to half court to Dyer. Jump and shot from the free throw line is fouled from behind. Rivera got beat on a step, and she tried to reach and grab that bicep of Dyer, and will pick up the foul. Rivera now with 4. 14 foul, 1 away from the double bonus for La Cueva. Still 2 shots regardless for Dyer. She is 4 for 5 from the charity stripe for 80%, nails the free throw there. 18 points for Dyer. She's a leading scorer for La Cueva. 12 for Tazinski for your Lady Eagles, 17 for Muniz, 15 for Ross. Second shot up and good for Dyer. She's got 19. 53-49. Hobbs up by 4, down to 4:13 remaining. Driving the lane, Rivera through 2 defenders, gets her shot blocked, and getting the ball after that. Now we got a foul. She gets knocked to the floor. That's La Cueva's Paz Romero with the rebound, her 6th. Lady Eagles converge on her quickly. They call the foul. That's against Madison Zepeda, her 3rd. 15th foul, which makes it a 2-shot bonus now for La Cueva, who are down by 4 with 4:08 remaining here in the 4th. Lady Eagles, of course, won the earlier matchup with these two teams at the APS Metro Tournament. Final score was 67-35, 32-point win for Hobbs. Dyer had 22 in that one, Muniz with 20, the top scorers for both teams. A brick off the front of the rim there by Romero. So she remains with 8 points. She was 2 of 2 prior to that, but she'll get 1 more. In that game against the Cueva, too, Zepeda had 10 points. Hobbs, also Rivera with 10. Hobbs converted 10 3-pointers. Second shot good for Romero. She's got 9. Now a 3-point game, 53-50. Hobbs basketball. Ross will come across. 2-3 zone for La Cueva on the right wing. Gives it off to Navarro, who just checked in. Up top to Armitage. Spin left, spin right, goes to the rack, leads and shoots, and gets bodied up. Bumper car action on the defense. Can't get the ball to drop in the hole, but a foul call. Gonna be charged that one to Tazinski, her 4th, 14th foul. The Lady Eagles now 1 away from the double bonus. No, it is 5 now, so both teams double bonus. Would have been 2 shots regardless on the shooting foul. And that'll put Armitage on the line, yet to shoot a free throw in this game. First one's up and good. Armitage down with 5 points. Armitage numbers up to this point of the game, 62% for the season on the line. That was her first attempt in this ball game. Coming in the game on the sub, Sadie Ramos. Second shot for Armitage, in and out, no good. Pulled down underneath the hoop by Dyer. That's her 6th rebound. Takes a quick dribble in the front court. Hobbs by 4, 54-40 here in the 4th. 3:47 remaining. Pass back deep to the timeline of Lobato. Dumps it to the left elbow to Romero. Spin. Pass to the left wing. Stolen by Armitage. Turnover number 18. She'll drive down the lane. High arching left, right side. Clinks off the rim. Gets her own rebound at the free throw line. Her 8. Kicks out to Muniz for a 3. In and out, no good. Left block rebound. Pulled down for La Cueva. And Romero, that's her 7. Pass to the far left sideline to Lobato. A 4-point lead with 3:20 remaining. Stop and go dribble. She takes on Zepeda. Down the lane left with a scoop shot at the front of the rim. No good. Rebound for the Lady Eagles. In transition is Muniz, her 6th. Dribbles up the far right sideline. Now in the front court. Over to Armitage on the left wing. Hand in her face by Bingham. To the free throw line. Pass to the right wing to Zepeda. Holds the ball to run clock. So dribble around the right arc and hand it off to Muniz. Kicks it back to Armitage, top of the circle with 3 minutes remaining. To her left-hand dribble, left elbow. Down to Ross in the left corner. Continues to look for somebody to post up. Drives middle of the lane. Pivots. Kick out left to Navarro. 18-footer. In and out, no good. Ross will get the rebound on the left side baseline to flick it back to Navarro. Her shot in the middle of the paint, no good. That was her 6th rebound. Ball rolls all the way to the half-court line. And coming across with the rebound is Dyer. And a quick whistle by the official. Will be a double bonus. They'll call the foul on the Lady Eagles on the reach. That's Kason Muniz, her 3rd. Still the double bonus. And on the line will be Dyer. Dyer's made her last 4 free throws. 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. Actually, 6 of 8 and misses the first one off the front of the rim. She's got 19 points. She'll get 1 more here. Checking in for the Bears, Sienna Tazinski. As she checks in for Sadie Ramos. Still on the court for the Eagles, Muniz, Ross, Zepeda, and Navarro along with Armitage. Second free throw for Dyer is good. 20 points for Jordan Dyer. 21 is her average on the season, 54-51. Lady Eagles bring it across with Ross. Ross with 15 in the game, bounce it to the free throw line to Armitage. Armitage goes over to Zepeda on the right wing. Crossover move, top of the circle. Navarro comes and gets it. Left wing, up top to Armitage. Driving hard to the right side of the lane. Kick out right corner to Zepeda. Wide open 3 is good. Beautiful pass from Armitage, just getting the defense to suck into her to make it 57-51. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Zepeda with 6. Shot from the left corner at the other end. In and out of the rim for Lobato. Long rebound for Navarro. She'll send it ahead. Wide open Ross for a layup on the right side. Zoe Ross puts it through. She's got 17. 59-51. The Lady Eagles trying to put this one in the books. Dribbling hard in the front court is Dyer. Kicks it up top to Trzynski. To the right wing to Romero. Bad pass in the lane picked off by you-know-who, Armitage. Sends it ahead to Ross with a lefty layup and scores, and it rolls around the rim and drops through. That was the turnover for La Cueva with their 19th of the game and a timeout on the court. 61-51. Your Hobbs Eagles, their biggest lead is 10 over La Cueva. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 60-second break on the Hobbs Lady Eagle Network.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores.
Zoe Ross now the team leader in scoring with 19 points. She's had 9 in this fourth quarter, 17 for Muniz, 11 for Rivera, and 6 for Madison Cepeda, 5 for Armitage. La Cueva basketball after the timeout, a 10-point deficit. A runner shot down the lane, missed off the back of the rim by Romero, pulled down by Muniz on the left base for the Lady Eagles, her 7th rebound. Driving hard to the far right sideline, spins and gets a double team, bounce pass up top to Armitage, flicks it back to left wing, wide open Ross for 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Pulled down on the right block for La Cueva by Bingham, her 5th. Does it up ahead to a breaking Trzynski, goes to the rack on the right side with the layup and scores. She's got 7 here in the fourth for 14 total. It's now 61-53 as I get the scoreboard caught up here. Lollygagging on the numbers on the scoreboard operation. 61-53. We're going to keep it right here at the pit. Hobbs up by 8. Top scorer for La Cueva at this point, as you can expect, Jordan Dyer. She's got 20, so she's actually 1 point shy of her season average, but does have 7 rebounds too. Had 1 tray back in the first quarter. Also in double digits for La Cueva, thanks to her 7 here in the fourth. 14 for Sienna Trzynski, 9 for Romero, and 8 for Lobato. But the problem with La Cueva is they've had a total of 19 turnovers in this ball game. Hobbs with only 10. Once again, Ross the leader so far with 19 for the Lady Eagles, with 9 in this, actually 20 I should say, 9 in this fourth quarter. 17 for Muniz, who's converted on 5 trays in the contest. 11 for Rivera. Hobbs basketball, right baseline. Backcourt, throws it into Ross. She lost the ball, gets double teamed, gets through the traffic. Throws it ahead of Muniz in the left wing front court, down to 101 remaining. Coming back to get on the left side is make that Cepeda down low to Navarro. Fade away from the left block, comes off the rim on the shot, no good. Rebound near sideline by Lobato. Bad pass to the timeline, stolen by Ross, turnover number 20. Ross will get it to Cepeda on the right wing with 45 seconds remaining. Bounce it up top to Ross. Kick it left wing to Muniz, and Coach Carpenter says back it out, run some clock. Muniz on the near sideline, backs out to the time stripe on the Lobo logo. Sliding right, goes back door to Cepeda, wide open layup and scores on the right side. Cepeda with 8 points and a beautiful pass to the Lady Eagles. 63-53, a 10-point lead. In the front court, crossover Dyer, runner shot down the lane, misses out the back of the rim, goes out of bounds. It's tipped by Navarro. So last hurrah here for La Cueva, but they're down by 10, matching the biggest lead of the game for the Lady Eagles, 63-53. 21 seconds remaining. Inbounder will be Romero, back deep left wing, driving Trzynski down the lane, reverse layup right, clinks around the rim and good. Trzynski now with 16, 63-55. Hobbs by 8. Trap pressure in the backcourt, getting the ball to half court to Armitage. Over to Muniz in the front court left wing, gives it back to Ross, top of the circle with 1 second. We've got a wrap here at the Big Pit in Albuquerque. Your Hobbs Eagles winning 63-55 over La Cueva. Hobbs goes to 27-2 on the season. La Cueva ends their season at 18-11. Hobbs 2-0 in the series. They beat La Cueva at the APS Metro and win the big one here for the quarterfinals at the 5A state tournament. We will take a 3-minute break and come back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle tournament action live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers, call the Master.
Welcome back live to the pit here in Albuquerque. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles victorious over La Cueva 63-55. The second time they've defeated La Cueva here in the season. This one, the important one, the quarterfinals. Hobbs Lady Eagles have gone on and will play Albuquerque High on Thursday. So get ready for that one. It's going to be a morning affair, 9:45 tip-off. We'll have the pregame show at 9:30, and hopefully we can double up with the boys if they can beat La Cueva tomorrow for their first quarterfinal game here at the pit. But again, 63-55. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles victorious in this one to improve this 27-2. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for the La Cueva Bears to start it off. In terms of their top score, as expected, Jordan Dyer, one shy of her season average, she finished with 20 points and had a total of 8 rebounds in the ball game. So definitely one of their go-to girls in this contest. She was also 7 of 10 from the free throw line for 70%. Also in double figures, Sienna Tazinski finished with 16 points. She had a total of 2 rebounds in the game and was perfect on the line, 1 for 1. Also getting 9, Paz Ramiro, 8 rebounds as well, and 3 of 4 for the charity stripe. Peyton Lobato had 8 points with 3 boards, 2 for 2 from the line. One other scorer was Andy Bingham with a bucket for 2 points. as a team. The La Cueva Bears finished up in this contest 13 of 17 for 76% from the line. In terms of the three-point shot, they were 6 of 20 for 30%, kind of close to their average. And for the game in the field, 18 of 41 for 43.9%. Hobbs able to cause 22 turnovers in the ball game, and La Cueva only given an official stat of 1 steal by the official stat crew here at the pit. So not getting much done against the Hobbs Lady Eagles, who took care of business as this game went on into the second half, the 8-point victory. Looking at the Hobbs Lady Eagles numbers. First of all, top scorer, of course, you know who that is, don't you? That is Zoe Ross. She finished with 19 points, had 6 rebounds, and went 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. So definitely a stalwart action for Zoe Ross in this game, really helping the Hobbs Lady Eagles cause and get a lot of free throw opportunities as the game went on. Kayslyn Muniz ended up with 17 points. She had 4 rebounds, and of course from three-point range was 50% today, 5 of 10 from the three-point arc. So 15 points just off the three-point line herself. Did not get to the free throw line in this ball game. The third player in double figures, Corelli Rivera, she finished up with 11 points, 5 rebounds, was 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. She went 1 of 5 from the line. Other scores for Lady Eagles in single digits. Madison Zepeda with 8 points, 2 rebounds, perfect on the line, 1 for 1, and had 1 three-point shot drop down for her as well. And looking to see if we got anybody else to trickle in here. Yes, we do. We got Areli Navarro. She finished up with 3 points in the bucket, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, and had 2 rebounds. The Hobbs Lady Eagles from the free throw line were 66%, 10 of 15. They were 7 of 23 from three-point range for 30%, and for the field were 23 of 68 for 33%. So they weren't shooting as hot as La Cueva was, who was 43%. They just did the better job of getting some foul calls, getting some and ones and some other type of good stuff there to get this victory under their belts. Rebounding situation in this game, Hobbs getting the 1 rebound win there, 36-35 over La Cueva. So definitely a feather in the cap of Coach Carpenter and his squad. And the leading rebounder getting the honors tonight, Eliana Armitage. She had 8 in this ball game, so definitely helping out. I think I missed her points too, ended up with 5 points. And 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Also 5 steals for Armitage to go along with Corelli Rivera's 5. The 2-man wrecking crew, 2-women wrecking crew, I should say. They had 10 of the 16 steals the Hobbs Lady Eagles had in this ball game. Hobbs, by the way, with only 10 turnovers compared to 22 for La Cueva. So definitely a good job of taking control of the basketball. Well, the victory for the Lady Eagles, once again, final score 63-55. That means Hobbs again will be on Thursday. 9:45 tip-off against Albuquerque High. You might know Diego Pavia, the quarterback that's been around the state, played for New Mexico State, played for NMAA. I believe he was at La Cueva when he played football. His sister plays for the La Cueva, or for the Albuquerque High team, but she was one that played against the Lady Eagles in the championship of the APS Metro Tournament, a game that the Lady Eagles were victorious in to get the crown for that tournament. So they've had some taste of them before. They know they're a tough team, and that little guard can really do some damage when she's allowed to do that. Hobbs won that game 56-45. That was back on January 10th. So Albuquerque High, a very tough team from the state of New Mexico. They upset Sandia earlier today to get to the semifinals. So exciting day of basketball. Unfortunately, when you take a look at one team getting exited, that's the Lovington Lady Cats. They lost before the Hobbs Lady Eagles played their game, I should say, earlier today. So they are out of the tournament in the 4A. Tatum Lady Coyotes winning. They won their quarterfinal matchup in Rio Rancho as they were able to knock off the team that they played, Santa Rosa. So they'll move on to the semifinals. And then one game going on right now here in just a few minutes will be the Jal Lady Panthers taking on Mesa Vista, the #1 ranked team in the state. Catch that game on HobbsAmerica.com. Also go to the YouTube Jal Panthers sports page to catch it there on YouTube. So enjoy the rest of the night with more Lee County coverage. Final score once again, your Hobbs Lady Eagles get the victory as they pick up on La Cueva for the second time this season with an 8-point win over the Bears to seal it for the semifinals. Again, final was 63-55. We will be back on the air for Hobbs Lady Eagles Hoops at 9:30 on Thursday. But don't forget tomorrow, the Hobbs boys back in action. They finally got themselves a quarterfinal matchup as they'll hit the court at 9:45 for the tip, 9:30 on the pregame show as the boys will take on La Cueva. Again, the same team that the Lady Eagles played here just seconds ago. Should be an exciting one. They did play against that team at the APS Metro, lost by 11, but that was out without Malachi David, who was out with the knee injury. He did not play at the APS Metro, so that'll add another wrinkle to that game. Hope you can enjoy those games tomorrow. Again, 9:30 for the boys, and then 9:30 on Thursday for the girls, and hopefully a doubleheader if the Hobbs boys can continue. Plus the Tatum Lady Coyotes still in the mix too with the semifinals on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube, a Hobbs Sports page for the Lady Eagles, and also the HobbsAmerica.com. Have a great one. We're going live from the pit for the next 2 days, and we will see you tomorrow.
Attention mechanics, NMR Pipeline is hiring now. If you know your way around heavy equipment and you have your own tools, NMR Pipeline wants to talk to you. NMR is offering top pay based on experience and solid benefits, medical, dental, and vision. NMR Pipeline isn't looking for trainees. They're hiring real mechanics ready to turn wrenches and get the job done right. Apply now at 300 South Main in Eunice. NMR Pipeline, built on skills driven by hard work. NMR Pipeline is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.